Hello, people of the world of the internet watching videos that have to do with cars. Welcome to this. The 1974 RA21 Toyota Celica ST, powered by the Toyota Tundra 2UZ V8 out of my dad's old pickup truck, because I built this car as a surprise gift for him. While the car is 99% done, basically I just gotta get this thing ready to drive now. So I have changed the oil on this thing once already after the first 20 minutes of running. It's currently full of break-in oil from a good brand. So being that I prefer my hair on the side of caution, that was a really bad joke. Being that I like my flying saucers not attached to their belly, why are you so wobbly? I would say it's probably got over an hour of engine run time now. And right there. Oh, I forgot to take the cap off up there. It's gonna be a mess coming out now. You can see a lot of the assembly lube is coming out there in lumps, kind of like Vaseline jelly. That's normal. So you look, sampling the oil, it's got a black sheen to it. Basically that's all too small to get captured by the oil filter, and that's predominantly from the rings as this new engine gets broken in. Thinnest tinfoil ever. What the f***? Are you kidding me? The car is on the top locks right now. In today's video, Sarah works on a lift. So the switch right here is good. The K1 contactor on DG86 though is being a real treat. Ah. Just maladjustment. Problem solved. Geez, why did I put that on so tight? Or maybe I have lube on my hands. There we go. It'll work? It worked. My little tinfoil drain is perfect. All right, because everything has to be matchy-matchy. I don't like showing the brands of the stuff I'm using because it's essentially free advertising, but I also get so many people that ask what I'm using that I'm like stuck in a rock and a hard filter. I gotta stop with these punnuendos. I don't even know what you want to call them.
I believe the correct terminology is terrible jokes.
Now you can flush all that assembly lube out of there, like jelly.
Typically you don't have to do this because the assembly lube will break down and dissolve into the engine oil.
Can she do this one at a time? Possibly. I don't know. Oh man, I think I can actually get my hand up in there. That's what he said. I hope not. I have those little plastic starfish washers in there that bite onto the bolt so it can't fall out the bottom, and I think that's preventing this. Unconstipate yourself. Got it. Dangerous thing, doing what squish people do before they're squished. I did, however, buy backup hardware. I'm yelling at you again and you're attached to my collarbone. Sorry. What did I do with it? This is it. I found him. Well, that doesn't work.
The bolts were just not long enough. Back to the drawing board.
Ta-da! In this package contains a factory genuine Toyota part. I think this will work, I hope. I really hope this works. Speedometer cable adapter for another Toyota vehicle. Okay, it's got the little Hootenheiser already in the center. So I think I literally just screw it on. Perfect. Just like that. And then the cable, come on. Oh, the keyway faces down. All right, got it. Haha! Speedometer cable's connected. Speedo adapt. All the things on that board are important, but I think only one is really safety related as far as the health of the vehicle and its occupant. Several videos back when I was bleeding the brakes and clutch on this car, I had a little bit of a leak and the brake fluid ate away at the bed liner underneath. Luckily it didn't mess up the paint in the engine bay, but it ran inside the frame rail here and ate away at all the 2K bed liner. A little bit of wax grease mover, stinks. Okay. 1, so 3, okay, I guess I'll just throw away the extra. And then this needs to be, what the hell? Why is this so hard to fucking open? Now I need like 25% of this. I need my space suit, this stinks. A stir stick would have been more appropriate, but when in Rome. Rather than use the gun to do this, I'm pretty good at stippling. I don't know if that could be taken out of context. I hope not. I'd say I'm replicating the texture pretty damn good like that. Oh, I mixed up way too much. I don't need all this. I found another spot to touch up back here. I can't see a thing right now because my hair is in my face. All right. Hello, tomorrow. Welcome to today. I don't know. Did that make sense? I think it did. It still has a smell of 1970s in here. Not that I would know because I was born in the 80s, but still. So the first time I drove this thing across the shop, a problem I had is the clutch travel was not adequate enough for full function of the clutch. And I also have too much padding underneath the new carpet. You can see the original jute right there by the brake pedal, but all that gray is new and I added that and that's too much. I got full range of throttle pedal, brake pedal, yes. The brake pedal's still worn from the original owner heel toe shifting. I love that. Okay, now I'm gonna use my Denso Sharpie because it's a Toyota. All right, I think I got that marked. It's felt on felt. Oh, this is so hard to cut. I'm sorry for the terrible camera angles here, but this is how you really work on cars. Ouch, on my nose. This is why I put this off until the very end, because this part sucks. All of this is what was up under the clutch and brake pedal area. So what I have right here is a custom Huttenheiser, which will be utilized as a clutch pedal clevis manufactured by a fabric cobbler on a mill, which should hopefully in theory alleviate the issue of not having enough travel for the clutch pedal, which I didn't before. Go gadget human Taco Bell food item. Yeah. The only way I'm gonna do this, I gotta let it is there's a nut in the backside.
The last 0.5% of a project car or restoration is typically stuff that doesn't make it into people's videos, but man, this stuff's important if you don't want your car to be a pile of shit.
This is basically what I'm looking at up under the dash. That is the clevis that is now wrapped around the rod, and then you can see the master cylinder right there come through the firewall, and I had to thread that shaft into the clevis. Now the pin has to go through there and cotter to secure. I dropped the pin and it almost landed in my eye socket. There's room for a cotter, not enough room for a washer. I have a theme song to a TV show from when I was a baby stuck in my head. Something welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. One of these will work. Had I some intelligence, I'd have put my hair in a ponytail. Oh, it was pressing into my chewy tendons. Ouch. There is a moment of truth. See how the clutch pedal, oh, I didn't put the return spring on, but we'll see how it feels. I would say there's about this much little dead space at the top of the pedal. And then I got about probably that much travel. There's only gonna be one way to know, and that's to drive it. As you can clearly see, my steering wheel is not centered, and the correct time to do this is when doing the alignment is with the tie rod ends or the steering column shaft, and I already did the alignment and I didn't do that. And to further add insult to ignorance, my horn does not work. I don't think it ever did, to be honest. I never tested it before. What the fuck? What size is, oh.
Shapes don't always do what shapes are supposed to do, but in this instance, they did.
I mean, that might be, that's straight and centered in the car. A little cockeyed, tiny bit. Probably want to throw it on a laser alignment rack just to verify everything. These guys right here are the original parts from this car when it was new. And what they are rubber door caps. I have new ones of these somewhere, but they're aftermarket. It has overspray on it from when this car was previously repainted, so I gotta be a little aggressive. This is solvent-based wax and grease remover. It kind of smells like brake cleaner. There we go. That's breaking through to the other side. It sucks because this is 50 years old and it's rubber, so I don't want to mess it up. This leading edge was all gold right here. A little shameless self-endorsement here. I'm gonna use some of my tire fire because that is rubber. Spray a little bit of that on there. All right, that's 50-year-old rubber. Let's see how it cleans up. That looks brand new. And the gold zinc isn't even worn away. This rubber is still soft and pliable. You know what I don't know though, is I don't know where the screws are for this. Door weather strip molding. Have them. That looks pretty fantastic if I do say myself. I did say myself. Door jamb caps. So it's a couple days later, just finished filming the CRX review, and I almost lost the engine in that thing. I had just finished filming the review on it and I was driving back to the shop. Not even 3 miles from the shop, out of my peripheral vision, I saw the oil pressure light just barely start to flicker. And I was like, well, maybe it's just wet because it's raining out and it's a wiring issue. But the flicker was getting a little bit more steady, so I immediately shut the car off, pulled to the side of the road, and then I got out, checked the oil, and there was nothing on the dipstick. The car had been running fantastic, hadn't given me a single issue all day, and it still sounded perfect. So I wasn't too worried, but Angel thankfully was behind me. He ran to the auto parts store and grabbed some oil for it. As soon as he got back, I started adding oil to it, put about 2 quarts in it, and there was still nothing on the dipstick. So then Angel looked under the car and found the 2 quarts of oil because the oil drain plug was completely gone. I don't know if I bottomed out and it ripped it out, but it had a temporary rubber expandable one, I guess, that was in there. So we went back to the auto parts store, grabbed an M14 by 1.5 drain plug, tried to put it in there, and found that the threads were completely stripped out on the pan. That's why it had that in there to begin with. So got another one of those, put it back in there, and thankfully it held oil enough to get it back to the shop. Unfortunately though, the underside of the car now is completely coated in oil. After I started it back up, it still idled perfect. Didn't sound bad whatsoever. It ran and drove great. I was able to get it back here to the shop. So I'm so thankful that I didn't hurt the little D series because I want to still be able to rebuild it. This hood binds a little bit when I open it. I gotta fix the hinges so that doesn't do that. Unless that's just the nature of the beast. Come on. These little plastic retaining washers I stuck inside here are being a real treat. There we go. These are too short of a bolt to allow for a spacer for the strut tower brace. I, however, have multiple solutions. Threading. Boy, do I deeply regret doing this now. Changing this hardware out was not a quick and easy task. I think that'll do. I think that'll work as a spacer. And then that guy will sit right above it. Put a spacer on each one of these because the sheet metal is physically higher on the outside ring. Ideally, I'd like to have had a spacer that wraps all the way around the underside of the strut tower brace, but I don't have that. Oh, it goes right in that pocket. It's right inside the little pocket for the hell yeah. I prop the GoPro up with a rag. Let's see. Clearance test. Let's see. Ah, it's hitting the blue part of the strut tower brace. Yeah, I think it's gonna hit the strut tower brace. I don't know, it's so close, it's hard to tell. All right, that's less spacers. Let's see. When this thing was designed, it was designed for these to be mounted directly flush to the top of the strut tower, no spacer under it. That's the only way it'll clear the hood. So the next logical option will be to modify this tube, which is hollow and stainless, and notch it out to clear the plenum. Additionally, these are a little bit elongated, which allow for some more clearance. If I elongate them a bit more, I can gain some additional clearance, and I only need a couple millimeters and I'll be good. Well, I guess the next logical thing is to try driving it. It's the following day. Decided to do this in the morning. Plug in the laptop so I can data log this. Being that I just changed the oil, I'm gonna start it briefly, let it build up oil pressure, and then I'm gonna recheck the oil because I have to fill the oil cooler. All right, where's the hood popper? There it is. Just to be extra safe, it's got 5 1/4 quarts in it right now. I should probably open the door a little bit more because my legs are getting shaky. That can't be good. It is now about 6 quarts of oil. It's probably gonna take a little bit more. This should be good. With the LS400 front sump and the oil cooler and the mount block, it takes a little over 6 quarts of oil, 6 1/2. Gotta capture a data log of what happens with this first drive. I think it's just drivability I need to work out in the tune. There's people coming outside to see.
About that data log, I forgot to hit record, so this now it'll happen.
The clutch is nice. It's so hard to tell if this is drive, because everything is like spherical bearing and hard mounted, Heim joints, so it's gonna be really harsh. So I don't know if this is just in the tune. I'll try to push through it a little bit. It is, it's just in the tune, I think. We'll go for second gear. That's 20 miles an hour right there, it's driving. It drives so nice. It really does, and the suspension is not as harsh as I thought it was gonna be. Definitely manual rack. It's nice though, it's got a lot of heft to it. I would say this went good, it's just the tune is super rough. When you're trying to take off, it's very bucky. I like that the fan cycles after I shut it off, kind of like an Audi V-dub aftercooler fan. I would say that is the absolute mission success as far as a first drive functionality check goes. Everything seems to be operating as it should. For those of you that are not mechanically inclined or have never broken a rebuilt new engine before, I'm not going through the full rev range and I'm not giving it wide open throttle yet on this initial first drive. This is more of a functionality check to make sure everything is operating, nothing is rubbing or binding anywhere. And then once it gets on the dyno and has the tune sorted, the variable valve timing hooked up, that's currently disabled, then I'll be able to start actually getting into it a little bit. But I also have to break in a new clutch as well. So with that said, the next video you see on this car, I'm gonna have it on a dyno because there's not a whole lot left I can do to it. Then on top of that, I still gotta do at least 500 miles, change oil again until the engine is broken in. So I'm probably gonna fly my dad back out here again so he can get to drive it, because by that time, there's probably gonna be snow on the ground in New Hampshire already, and then he won't be able to drive it until next spring. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll see you soon with another. Bye.